Hi everyone, how are you? Today I'm gonna make an awesome, easy recipe. You won't need an oven or a stove, alright? The most you'll need is a microwave, but just for a little bit. So, it's a chill dessert, really tasty and super easy to make because if you don't have a cake ready, you can even buy a little cake. Look, I have this little cake here because we make it. It's really quick to do and you just cut it into pieces, see? Leave several pieces already cut. Now, if you haven't made any cake, you can buy a ready-made one. That's totally fine, see? Just remove the paper as well and use whatever flavor you like, okay? And also keep cutting like this, see? Really thin because we're going to make a dessert and I need these thin cake slices. I'm using a coconut cake here because it's very neutral, okay? So, let's get started. I'm going to leave everything cut up. I'll use both cakes here without any problem because I want a really well-made dessert. For this delicious dessert, I'm going to need a cream. And of course, it's very easy too. Mixer. And look here, a can of sweetened condensed milk. Shall we put it in here? Go ahead and put the condensed milk in the mixer, okay? And also a box of heavy cream. At this point, guys, if you can, use the heavy cream chill, okay? Look, a box of heavy cream, 200 grams, add it in here and scrape it out well. And now 150 grams of butter. And it has to be butter, okay? It needs to be chilled, but not too hard. Look, it should be at this consistency, like this. If it's too hard, it won't hit here. 150 grams, it has to be butter, otherwise it won't give the right structure, okay? I'm going to start by mixing the condensed milk with the heavy cream and gradually adding the butter. Shall we? Let me just lower this here. While it's mixing, play some music because I'm going to add all the butter in here. Mix it for about 3 minutes or so. At the end, I add 150 grams of powdered milk and keep mixing, okay? The tip here is don't even think about using margarine, all right? Margarine doesn't get firm in the fridge. Only butter does, okay? Once it's well mixed, let it sit for a few minutes. Lower the speed here, add the powdered milk about 150 grams and mix again. Wow, this is going to turn out really good, folks. When you add powdered milk, it's like you speak in the language of Brazilians, right? But it's really going to be good. Just take a look. Guys, after about 5 minutes here, look, it turns out like this, nice and soft, okay? It's a little cream. I'm going to set it aside. If you want, you can put it in the fridge while we finish the recipe because I'm going to make a ganache. 2 easy little creams. Look, because here you're going to add 200 grams of chocolate. It can be milk chocolate, semi-sweet, or a blend, okay? With 200 grams of heavy cream, I'm going to make this ganache here, put it in my melting pot. You can also add the heavy cream now. If you want to melt the chocolate first, you can, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it in the microwave, okay? About 1 minute at a time until everything is melted, all right? Just let it sit here because the heat from the heavy cream will melt the chocolate, okay? I'll stir it a little, then let it sit and keep stirring until it's completely dissolved. And if needed, I'll put it in the microwave for another 20 seconds. Everything is ready. Now, shall we assemble it? Look how easy this is. Let me show you this little cream because later it will harden since it has butter in it. So here at the bottom, look, you already put a little bit of this delicious cream, right? Of Ninho here. Look, and spread it out. Guys, now you just start assembling your dessert, okay? And I like to be generous with it. Once you've assembled the first layer here, you start adding the cake. So take the cake, see? I'm dividing it up because I have 2 types of cake, but that's fine. And it can be really thin, okay? You don't need to crumble it, guys. Look, just start layering it here. See what I mean? I'm even going to add a piece of the other one too, look. Just make sure the layer is well covered here, like you're making a little bed, right? And finish up here. I'm going to finish adding it here, see? Press it down well. Now I'm going to add another layer of the Ninho cream because we also have our ganache. Keep watching how I'm assembling it. So I'm going to spread a little bit. Look at this, how delicious, right? Take care. Spread it out. Now comes the strawberry, let's go. Look, I'm going to put half of these strawberries in now and save the other half to go on top, okay? Look at this, spread them out well. Let's go. If I decide I want to put them all in the middle, I'll just make 1 layer here, see? I'm going to put them all in the middle, guys, look. It turns out really tasty. There are just, look, 2 boxes of strawberries here. That's about 250 grams of chopped strawberries, okay? And the ganache, you already know the amount. Make it nice here, all done. Smooth it out so it spreads well. Shall we put a layer of ganache here? And look at this. Wow, my God, how wonderful. Go ahead, be generous, because now is the time to add flavor to this dessert, huh? After this comes the cake. That's why I wanted to put all the strawberries here, because otherwise it wouldn't be enough. All set. I'm going to leave a little bit of ganache on top. Another layer of cake, okay? If your mold or your dish is taller, you can keep going, right? Adding more layers. But look, I'm going to finish with this cream, which will set really firm later. Make it nice. And here about the thermal whipped cream too, and I couldn't miss sharing this new thing with you. So, do you want to know what thermal whipped cream is? Down below in the video description, there's a link. Click on it and join my VIP WhatsApp group so you can learn how to turn any kind of whipped cream into the best whipped cream of your life, the most perfect, super smooth, and without any pores, okay? I'll be waiting for you there. Now let's continue with the recipe. On top, I'm also going to add a little bit of the leftover ganache. Look, I'm going to put it here. Look, crossing it out, okay? So let's do it. I think that's enough for now, yes. I put it in a little bag. It's just kind of, hold on, guys. A little piece of chocolate here. Then. Oh, nice. Look, let's make a little design, okay? It looks like a little flower, doesn't it? The movement goes like this, up and down. Guys, this makes all the difference in your dessert, you know. Always try to decorate it. After you chill it, look, then you can add a decoration on top, work with bonbons, with strawberries, and look, it turns out perfect.